We doing like an intro or something, or what do we? I need the script.
I mean, did you have an intro in mind?
No, it's your channel.
I didn't have anything in mind. How's it going, YouTube? Anime Bar Lounge here. Today I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm going to be playing Edison format. I have a really spicy deck to share with everyone today. Plants are one of my favorite decks to play in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I wanted to play plants. I was inspired to make this deck after watching the Crossroad of Chaos episode of MBT's Progression Playoff. Without further ado, let me explain the deck. So first off, we have 3 Cactus Fighter. I'll talk about it more later, but for now it's basically just a 1900 beater. 2 Dandelion, Gigaplant, and Lone Fire. I think these are pretty self-explanatory for anyone who's played any plants. Lord Poison, which is kind of a interesting choice. I think he works out quite well at 1 copy. You can kind of go into him with Lone Fire and crash and resurrect something. But it is a mandatory effect, and there are some times that actually backfires. 3 Mystic Tomatoes is another choice that I'll get more into later, but they can actually float into regenerating rows. 1 copy of Sangan. 2 Twilight Rose Knight. This lets us enable some synchro plays, and also lets us special summon Lone Fire to either make a 6 if we're really in a pinch, but also just use Lone Fire to go grab anything else. 1 Titanial. This is just a big beat stick that can also negate things. And after the monster lineup, now we can get into the core of the deck. We have 3 Black Garden and 3 The World Tree. What this does is this enables some pretty ridiculous plays where we play Black Garden and then we play the World Tree, and our opponent keeps getting plants and we keep getting plants, and the stat lines of monsters get all screwed up so that neither player is really taking damage. This slows the game down to a very grindy control game, of which we're usually favored because the World Tree generates a lot of advantage. It either lets us pump up one of our plants, which is very helpful because with the stat lines getting halved, usually 1 or 2 pumps is just enough to run over anything. Removing 2 counters lets us target anything and blow it up, and 3 counters lets us revive any plant from our graveyard. These are not once per turn effects. We can keep doing these over and over. Now with Black Garden up, you can normal summon a Cactus Fighter. This will give your opponent an 800 attack token. You attack into that token with Cactus Fighter. This will put a counter on your World Tree. Your opponent will get a Needle token, and that'll special summon an 800 Rose token to your field. You attack into their Needle token with your Rose token. This clears their board. You now have 2 plants. You now have 2 counters on the World Tree, so you can pop an opponent's thing. Foolish Burial, which lets us make some plays usually with Dandelion to ensure that we have tokens either for synchro plays or for targets for the following card. Fragrant Storm. Fragrant Storm at its worst is usually a better upstart goblin, and at its best, a arguably better Pot of Greed. Can target our opponent's plants that we've been giving them, or if they're running a plants, just any plants they have. Lets us draw a card. If we draw into a plant, we get to effectively draw 2. Pot of Avarice, which is usually live in this deck, especially past turn 1 or 2. Summoning Curse. With Black Garden, we can actually make some plays that effectively loop and rip cards out of our opponent's hand. So for example, if we play Black Garden and then something like Twilight Rose Knight, this will trigger, letting us the normal summon will give them a token, which will make them lose a card due to Summoning Curse. Then special summon the Lone Fire. From here on out, the special summons will make us lose cards too, so it's important to set any back row before attempting to do this loop. But you can do Twilight into Lone Fire into another Lone Fire, and then Lone Fire into any other plant. That will give them 4 Rose tokens, and that'll effectively rip 4 cards out of their hand with Summoning Cursed. After that, it's up to us at the end of every turn whether to keep it around or destroy it. Most times I keep it around unless my life is low, because it makes it very difficult for our opponent to generate resources. Either their hand is at risk of getting a card ripped out, or making plays is risky for them because we can just blow it up with the World Tree. 1 Terraforming to search out Black Garden. 2 Upstarts for consistency. I don't run 3 because Fragrant Storm usually gets the job done. I run one Ivy Shackles as a tech choice. It turns everything our opponents controls into plants during our turn. This lets us get more counters on World Tree and also just blow up anything they have with Fragrant Storm. We can also flip it up in the face of an MST or Heavy Storm to draw a card. Mirror Force and Wall of Thorns are almost effectively the same card for most purposes. Polynosis to negate things, and then 2 Starlight Road because our deck is really weak to Heavy Storm and Black Rose. So by playing 2 Starlight Road, we basically guarantee that we get a Stardust Dragon and a free negate out of the deal, and we protect ourselves from our deck's biggest weakness. I made a side deck, but I mostly have just played this deck casually, so I haven't really played around with the side deck that much. Would even argue maybe taking some stuff out for either Debris or DD Crow. But I've only just recently started playing this format, so I don't really know what a proper side deck looks like yet. For our extra deck, I originally put 2 Black Rose because I keep forgetting it's limited in this format, and I really like Black Rose Dragon, but we have 1 Black Rose, we have a Catastor, Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is a very interesting card to go into. It's often not a bad choice if we have Black Garden up to summon this, and then pop our Black Garden. If on the following turn, if it survives, this lets us summon a big beater, and then activate another Black Garden. This could be helpful if we summon a big beat stick like Cactus Fighter. We can ensure that this has 1900 and can beat over pretty much anything our opponent has, and then the second Black Garden will ensure that our opponent's stuff stays small. Armory Arm, very rare that we'd make Armory Arm, but it can happen in some rare circumstances. Colossal Fido, Brionac, Dark End Dragon, Exploder Dragon Wing, Goyo Guardian, Magical Android Mistworm, Queen of Thorns, 2 Stardust, and X-Saber Wayne. The most common things you'll make out of the extra deck are Goyo Guardian, Mistworm, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy, and Brionac. I think everything else almost never comes up, to be honest. But that's the deck. It's a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of cool things you can do, like if you have Pot of Avarice in hand, and Summoning Curse, and like a World Tree, stuff like that. You can do things like Lone Fire into a Mystic Tomato. Your Mystic Tomato under Black Garden will have 700 attack. Then your opponent has an 800 attack token. You crash with the Mystic Tomato. You cycle through all your tomatoes. On your last tomato, you grab a Regenerating Rose. You crash the Regenerating Rose. Now your opponent's board is clogged with just all Rose tokens. They can't really do anything without tributing one. Makes it hard for them to go into synchro plays on the following turn. You loop their hand with a Summoning Curse. You're now able to just instantly Pot of Avarice. Yeah, the deck's a lot of fun, and generating counters on World Tree is a lot of fun. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into some games with a friend of mine. Why don't we?
Let's go.
Let's go. You didn't just pick Rock.
I was trying to get you. I can't believe
I beat you with Rock.
It was a moment of weakness.
Draw. Let's go Lone Fire Blossom.
Okay.
Let's grab.
Yep.
Big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That thing's pretty big.
Yeah, sure.
Rough start. What a good opening.
Let's see.
Well, that is not the right button.
Yeah, let's poke a look at this extra deck. Could go for Mistworm.
Excuse me? The token's level 2.
Oh, you're right.
You're level 2. What?
I could go for...
I was just over here trying to cheat.
What could I go for? I could go for an 8. I don't really want to.
6, 8, 5.
I mean, I'm gonna go for a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grab, the boy.
Yeet.
Battle.
Basically, Kyro, everything's attack on the field is halved.
Ah, okay.
You want it?
I do.
It's a lot of tokens.
There we go. Oops, not that. Main 2. Plasma. Alright.
Response?
Reading. Gotta refresh my memory.
For God's sake.
Yep. Negate the
Negates
effect.
all monsters you control.
Sure. Alright.
And eat Goyo.
Alright.
And you get a token, remember?
I do get a token.
So Plasma
Oh,
is
wait.
37.
I get a token, actually, so... that's as it's being summoned, correct?
Yeah, it's on summon.
So, on summon, actually,
Wait, does that work?
I don't know.
I don't think... Because that's on...
Yeah, that's
Because it's
on
already
summon.
successfully summoned. That's why Garden procs.
No, I think you're right. So I do have the token, obviously, but I don't...
You do have a token.
I don't think I get it in time.
No. Because summon has to successfully happen.
Yeah. Alright, so you take my Goyo.
Yep, Plasma's at 3750.
How's it at 3750?
It eats the attack. Oh, half. Sorry.
Yep.
My bad.
So 950 plus 1400. So it's at 2350.
Yeah, 2350. I was getting ahead of myself. Thinking this card was actually good.
Of course. This is an attack mode.
I'm gonna make the play I would have anyways, regardless of knowing what that is.
Alright.
Which would have been summon Stratos.
Yeah, thinking. Yeah, I will negate because I don't know if you're gonna search or not.
Cool.
Plasma, let's see, it doesn't have any protection other than
No, no
just... Yeah,
protection.
alright, so I will. Let's see. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna forget what is and isn't halved if I don't do that. Alright, thinking. Alright, yeah, I think I'll do this.
Yep. Damn.
I have a few options, actually. I think I'll go for this.
Yep.
Okay. So I will... Get your token. That gives me a token.
Token.
Okay. Then main phase 2. Alright. Go ahead.
Not what I wanted to see.
Oh, Deep Sea Diva.
Diva.
You get your 2 tokens.
Sure. Nothing like a clogged board state. Okay, so that'll be at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Which is only somewhat relevant because it can't run over Catastrophe, whatever its name is. $12.50. Okay. So this is destroyed via its effect. Okay, and then I take 50. Okay. Draw. Okay, I will pop the back row.
Yep. This card isn't once per turn.
No,
Wow.
it's not. It's really powerful. Did I tell you where I got this deck idea from?
No.
So I watched this YouTuber called MBT who does his own progression series, and
Well,
he
okay.
plays with like his friends, and one of his friends played the World Tree, Black Garden, and Cactus Fighter, and they jokingly were like, "Yo, that's a 3-card Exodia right there." So yeah, pop. And pop.
Your board gets popped
My board gets popped?
by
Oh,
absolute 0.
yeah. That's fine. So my board gets popped, and that will put one more counter on this. Mystic Tomato.
Tomato.
You ready for the tomato loop?
Mm-hmm.
another tomato.
Tomato.
Plant died, so I will also get another counter on this. Take another 100. So my plant dying, I get another counter on this.
Another tomato.
Trigger tomato. Get another tomato. Trigger tomato, get another counter on the world tree. It's really funny that usually clogging a board's pretty good, but like you're running plasma, so let's see. Yep. Regenerating rows. 0 divided by 2 is still 0. Take 800 here. And I will get 2 tokens. And I will also get another counter. Alright, and I am good there.
Rota.
Yep.
Search Diamond Dude.
Yep. See you later, Diamond Dude.
Goodbye. There's so many tokens on the field.
Yeah.
1200 defense.
Yeah, 1200 defense.
That's not what I wanted.
Alright, I have to think now.
Thinking.
Thinking. Okay. Let's see, these are level 3 tokens. So I will... I'll summon this dude.
Yep.
I'll sink for 9.
Yep.
I'll make Abyss Worm and I will bounce Thinking. Yeah, I'll bounce 3 of the tokens. I will then activate Summoning Curse.
Okay.
I will use the 3rd effect of World Tree. And I will grab a Lone Fire Blossom.
Oh, I just lose both of these, huh?
Yep. Trigger the
Vanish.
effect of... Yep. Let's see, what do I want to grab here? I'll grab Gigaplant. Let's see, and then... we'll go to battle.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, it should be 450. Yep.
Yeah.
And this will get 2 counters. Second main, I will remove 2 to pop that. which will put another counter on it, and then I'll remove two. Whoops. To pop the other one, and then that'll get another counter on it. Yeah, I guess I'll pay 500. I guess I will normal summon Gigaplant. And, yep. I will Fragrant Storm, targeting your token. Activate another World Tree. Guess I'll special summon my Cactus Fighter.
Woo!
Go to battle. You'll get a dude, I'll get a dude. I'll hit into your dude. And then 1250 and 1200. Unfazed, I will pay 500 to keep somebody cursor around. I'll use the effect of Gigaplant. I'll grab back, I guess a tomato.
Tomato!
Banish the card in my hand, then you'll banish the card in your hand.
Cats are insane.
We'll use two of these to pop that. And then they'll both get a counter. And then
That's game.
and then I'll remove 7 counters to
Yeah.
pump Cactus Fighter
28.
up by 28, and then hit in for
GG, my dude.
And that is the World Tree Black Garden Cactus Fighter Plant Turbo Toolbox.
Words.
And that is my original brew for Edison format.
Looks good.
Yeah. Would you like to play the same deck, or would you want to go for something different?
I could do another one with the same deck.
Alright.